These are the hardest discriminant questions. Ones that say, determine the value of k so that that has no real roots. Whenever a question tells you one root, two roots, or no real roots, this is the hint to use the discriminant. We have to use the b squared minus 4ac. So in A, if it has no real roots, what do we know about the b squared minus 4ac? Has to be negative. How do we show that mathematically? Mathematically, we show that with a less than sign and a 0. Does that make sense? Now, what's my b? My b was 7. I can plug that in. What's my a? My a was 2. And c was k. And I get 49 minus 8k is less than 0. Do you remember solving inequalities from last year? So you want to get k by itself. Just like an equal sign, you do almost everything the same except for one extra rule. So if I want to get k by itself, does it make sense that I can move the 49 over to the other side? Okay. And if I wanted to get k by itself, does it make sense that I have to divide both sides by negative 8? Does anybody remember, oh, negative divided by negative, are you okay if I make 49 over 8? And here is the one special rule with inequalities. You flip the sign
when you move the negative.
When we multiply or divide by a negative, we flip the inequality. When we multiply or divide by a negative, subtracting is okay. Adding a negative, subtracting a negative, that's okay. It's only if you multiply or divide. The way you can see it, would everybody agree that negative 7 is less than 3? Probably. If you added something to both sides, like if I add 1, is negative 6 still less than 4? Yes. Adding doesn't matter. If you subtracted 2 on both sides, it would still not matter. But if we multiply by a negative, if I multiply this by negative 2, this is 12. And I multiply this by negative 2, this is negative 8. Is 12 less than negative 8? No. That doesn't make sense. I would have to flip the sign. You can see it with numbers. If you forget the rule, start with a negative number on the one side and a positive on the other, and check what would make the sign switch. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. And you'll see, oh, it's obvious when we multiply or divide by a negative, we have to flip the inequality. So now k has to be bigger than 49 over 8. In part B, it says, can you think of a k value that works? For example, can you tell me one number bigger than 49 over 8?
50 over 8.
Hmm?
50 over 8.
50, you could use 50 over 8. Okay? If you wanted to use a whole number, what would be?
64 over 8.
64 over 8 would be 8, right?
Yeah.
That would work. Okay? If you're a little bit unsure of your mathematical guessing and checking, you could also use, I don't know, 800 million. I'm feeling it.
Should be enough.
It should be enough. I'm hopeful. Okay? And then it says use one value to rewrite the equation. So now we'd say 2x squared plus 7x. And instead of We could write 8, or you could write.
This is too much.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go. I'm pretty certain now that this will not be solvable. Because if I plug this into my quadratic formula, I should get a negative inside the square root. Right? Part B, I often put this on quizzes, right? And students forget to do that part. Write one equation, you get, right? You get choice here. As long as it's bigger than 49 over 8, you're fine. All right? And then you could write any equation to get that final mark. Circle questions 8, 9, and 10. And we'll quickly do example 3. Just put an X through example 3, we'll skip it. Then we're done.
Nice.
Nice. That was quick.
We just get the lead.
And we're done, chapter 3.